I won't be offensive, Nick. I was just woke up and I was listening to the interview. It's like an April Fool's. I mean, she'd just come back from the visit. I mean, she literally showed no compassion for the Palestinians at all. I mean, I hope the aid workers' families are not listening to her because, I mean, two wrongs do not make a right.
No,
we all know that Israel, they've gone over the top. I mean, the amount, the trouble that they're causing in that region. I mean, they should have been held back. But
yeah. Well, I mean, the latest chapter, of course, was at the hands of Hamas. I need to put that in there.
We understand that, as I say, but the way she was coming across, I'm fed up with seeing on the news of like all these Palestinian kids and families and the devastation. She never mentioned any of that at all. It was just unbelievable.
I had to bring that into the conversation. So, in the aftermath of a general election, the Conservatives, if the polls are to be believed, have a pretty bad night. Suella Braverman would then be taking possibly a shot at the leadership, moving to a policy of tackling extremism, bringing about social cohesion, stopping the boats. Is that what Tories want to hear?
Not really. I used to be a Conservative voter. I would always vote Conservative. But I was never... These politicians, the quality, and they keep drumming... She's still going on about Brexit. I mean, Brexit for me has ruined my business. My mortgage has gone up another 500 quid. They don't mention all these things. I mean, true Conservatives, for business and for growth, she's just obsessed with boats.
Deena, your reaction to hearing from the former Home Secretary? Good morning.
Yes, the former Home Secretary, who thinks she still is the Home Secretary. Suella Braverman makes my stomach absolutely churn.
Right.
The vanity and divisiveness seems to increase with every single second of her airtime. I want to know if she suffers from dementia. I really do.
That's a little... I want you to qualify that because that's a little bit low, Deena. Why would you suggest that?
Because people that suffer from dementia have total memory loss.
Okay, but
And
what are you accusing the former Home Secretary of forgetting? Let's drill down to that, if we might.
Okay, I think she believes that she's still Home Secretary. She was fired by Sunak for her inflammatory comments about the homeless in this country. Mm-hmm. She's considered racist by many, many communities in this country who consider this country their home. And she openly revels and delights in the growing figures of Palestinian children and babies in Gaza that are killed on a daily basis.
Hold on. Where do you get that she delights in it? I never got that. She questions the number, and she says that many of those are possibly terrorists. But I certainly didn't pick up on the delight in the figure. Really?
Because she wholeheartedly supports Netanyahu's extreme right-wing government, and she has never held them to blame for now I think it's over 30,000, and this isn't figures from Hamas. This is figures from international aid agencies.
I think we have to accept these figures are from Hamas, and I think it's north of 30,000. I think we're possibly at 34,000. But again, as we heard from Suella Braverman, she also cited that they're independent. As you're saying that the independent agencies, there are other independent agencies that say that the numbers aren't as high as that.
What I heard, I thought, was somebody speaking from the heart. I heard like somebody that was speaking with honesty. It sounded like somebody that's actually got on the aeroplane and been to visit Israel and seen what's going on with her own eyes, rather than deciding to be blinkered by TikTok and other ridiculous ways of getting your news. Mm-hmm. And I think that's why are we criticising somebody that's speaking for what she believes is the truth? I think there's certain people in this country that are frightened of the truth.
Well, she repeated that they were hate. Do you think they're hate marches?
Look, it's very, very difficult for me because asking somebody that's Jewish that works in London if they're hate marches, they certainly feel like hate marches to me.
Okay.
But that's not the overall perception. That's not how everybody sees it. But I do see enough to make me think this shouldn't be going on the streets of London. We shouldn't be seeing swastikas. We shouldn't be seeing Big Ben turned into. So there are certain elements of it that are really, really bad. But there are some people out there that want to do it for the right reasons.
Well, firstly, I believe that the next election needs to be fought mainly on what's going on in England. We can't forget that there's still a crisis of poverty, a crisis of education, a crisis with the NHS.
Yeah.
And so let's fight the election on that. But when it comes to Braverman, I don't like her as a person. I thought her policies for Rwanda were atrocious.
Right.
But actually, she did say a few things that were common sense today, and it sticks in my throat to say it.
What did she say that made sense to you, Ben, might I ask?
Well, I've been saying on LBC since the atrocities in Israel, we need to be really worried about Iran and the connections between Iran and Russia.
Yeah.
Because if it wasn't for Iran sponsoring Hamas and Hezbollah and the Houthis, we wouldn't have had an atrocity in Israel, would we?
I think, well, I can't answer that categorically. Truthfully, I don't know. But I think that's a very valid school of thought, and sitting where we are now, it's very difficult to argue with it.